Urchfab, and today I've got a little Mongrel update for you. Can't even remember what part it is, 55 or something, 56 maybe. Been a bit of a while. Obviously the car's still being prepped for paint. There's just one job that I need to do on the car before it actually gets painted, because I don't want to be drilling holes through the car once it's already been painted, and that is to fit the wiper motor on, or drill the holes for the wiper arms to come through. The original ones were sort of central to the windscreen, and they were a vacuum type wiper system, and I'm replacing that with a new one which I've got. This is like basically a mini style, same as what they use on the classic minis. All this stuff's from Car Builder Solutions. I hadn't heard of these guys until the other day, which was a bit of a surprise when I looked at their site and saw all the different stuff they do. Given that the kind of work I do, I thought I would have probably come across them in the past. But anyway, I had a look on their website and then got chatting to one of the guys there, and they've supplied me with this wiper kit, which is really cool and much appreciated. So thanks Car Builder Solutions for these parts, and I'll put a link to their website in the description. And if you're building a kit car, hot rod, race car, they basically do like everything, wiring, all this kind of stuff, fuel pump stuff. Just go and have a look, they do everything. But this is the motor, and then this is what drives the wheel boxes. It's a 2-speed motor. These are the wheel boxes, so I just need to drill a hole and mount these. And then I've got all these little chrome wiper arms, which should look cool on there, nice and retro looking. And then this is like a little relay, so that they'll park themselves. So it's 2-speed motor with park, and then there's a switch. That's the details there. I'll stick it in the description as well. And then this is the rod thingy. So this screws onto the motor end, and then you just cut this to whatever length you want, and flare it, and then the flares sit into like these little bits. So you so that just sits like that. And then it all bolts together as like one solid thing then. So that will be the wipers sorted out. So I'm going to go over to Matt's now and sort this out. I only really need to just drill a couple of holes and make a bracket, but it'll be nice to see the car. Gonna head over there now, so check in when we get there. You're running away from the camera.
Yeah, getting that shot.
It's weird when someone else gets the camera out, isn't it? Did you find or not?
I don't like being on camera anyway.
Right, so this is what we got going on. We've got 110 degree sword. Is that still 110 degrees?
Should still be.
And we need to make sure our wipers are looking something like that, I think. No, that's not actually. That was too far. one's just going to just dent your roof. There's another dent to fix. So yeah, basically just going to drill the holes for these, bolt them down, and then there's a really simple, easy spot to bolt the motor to under there. We can get these in and then cut that tube to length. Are you cringing?
Not yet.
You will be. Is that the right size drill bit?
Yeah, it's that size you chuck. Just angle that one in.
Still needs a bit more than it. Oh, that's mint there. That was looking straight. They probably actually would have been better if they were a bit higher, but then they wouldn't have sat right, would they? Or would they? Too late now. Just because I'll have to just bend that a bit more.
Yeah.
To get this to sit like flat. Because the rubber's going to be up to there, isn't it?
Yeah.
It'll be fine. Right, so now I need to make these tubes to fit. And this is just going to bolt in this corner as far up and over this way as I can get it, and then the tube will come bent around into this first one. Try not to dent your roof. So I've just got to flare the end of this now. This is the centrepiece to go between the two wheel boxes. Alright, so there's the motors bolted in, and then we've got the tubes bent up, and that's the wheel boxes, and then there's a bit of excess, like the coil that goes through the centre sticking out the end, but that'll be cut off the right length once I've checked it's all working and everything. But that's it, pretty easy to install. And then these just these look like they just kind of clip on, so I don't want to push them on just in case they're difficult to get off. Don't want to risk mellowing up the splines on that. But the only thing I can see might be a little bit of an issue. It's not, I can just put a bit of a kink in the top of the arm, but they want to sit sort of flat, flush with the bottom of the windscreen, but they're going to be up a little bit, so there's going to be a rubber here, but I can just bend them about and get that right once the screen's in. Sweet. Yes mate, they're working perfectly. Right mate.
Right.
Cheers for that.
See you later.
Back at the workshop. Not much of an update, I know, but it was a little job that needed doing, and yeah, it's good to have that done. Now we can get on and paint it. He said it should be going in for primer next week. All the like bodywork, shaping and all that sort of stuff is done now. So be good to see it all in primer and all one colour. Be good to see it all in paint. But yeah, this was a nice easy thing to install. Like once you've got all this like bolted up and these things cut, it all just supports itself, and it's a really simple, easy way of fitting wipers to anything really, like a hot rod or something like that. So that's good. Thanks again to Car Builder Solutions. Go and have a look on their website, see if there's anything you need for your project. Link in the description for that. And yeah, hopefully it won't be too long until I've got the car back and I can start building it up. But I'm just trying to get myself in a position where I can actually afford to work on it, I still got to spend more money on bits for it and stuff like that. And that's something that I kind of think I need to address because it's getting quite annoying. People contacted me and emailing me just to like point out the obvious. So I thought I would just chat about it. Maybe things aren't that obvious as to what's going on, but I get people message me and say, you don't make as many videos as you used to make, or you used to upload daily, now you only upload once a week and it's not even car related, or your channel used to be great, now it's why have you given up on the car, why have you given up on YouTube, why, when's the car going to be finished, etc, etc. So I just thought I would talk through why it is that I don't post every day. When I started building that car, the Mongrel, I spent probably 4 or 5 months where I worked full time on the car. Did very little paid work. I was earning next to nothing from YouTube, earning next to nothing from my other work because I wasn't really doing any, and I was paying all my bills and paying for bits for the car all on borrowed money, and I'd done it looking at it as a business opportunity. And the goal was like that by the time that build was finished, I would be in a position where I was earning enough money to just start the next build. But that hasn't panned out like that. And that's just a mistake, that I made. Took a bit of a gamble with doing that and didn't really pay off yet. Still hoping that it will eventually, but I think my goal is I still want to do YouTube full time. I want to be able to just do build after build after build, but I think the process is going to take a lot longer than I initially thought. So yeah, all that time I spent working on the car, it was all being paid for with borrowed money. I got, you know, I did the PayPal crowdfund thing and bought a lot of the parts for the car, which was amazing. But it was mainly racked up the money just from living expenses. So yeah, cut a long story short, I spent a lot of time working, not earning any money, just making videos. The videos weren't making me enough money, and they're still not making me enough money. And now I'm back in the position where I've got to earn a living, I've got to pay back money that I've borrowed, and I've just got to work to do that. You know, it doesn't leave much time for doing the videos. I'm still doing the videos, I'm still going to finish the car, I'm still going to keep doing YouTube, I still want, you know, I've got the next build all planned out pretty much. I just got to get myself in a position where I can actually do it. So that's that really, yeah. It was like, I just took, you know, I took that gamble, and at the end of the day I was like, well, if it doesn't work out, I'm going to have a car that I can sell at the end of it. You know, and I can recoup the money that way. But I don't want to finish this car and just have to sell it straight away, because I want to use it. I want to do events in it, take it around to shows, and I know that like people are going to want to see it being used. So that's not an option for me. Maybe like a year down the line or something, but that's not the way I want to do it. So what I'm trying to do with my work is I'm trying to focus on the work that like pays good money, and like generally the stuff I do, all the one-off like custom stuff, it's really difficult to actually make any money doing it. The stuff where you make money is like the repetitive, like boring kind of stuff where you can work out a method of putting something together, and then you get faster and faster at it, and that's the way you can actually like make decent money doing it. Anything that's one-off, you know, it's just like an hourly rate, and then by the time you take out the cost of a place like this, and you know, I've got loads of stuff in here I'm still paying for, so by the time you take all of that out of your hourly rate, you know, you're not really left with much. So that's why this type of work as a business isn't a good one, I don't think. If, you know, that's my personal experience of it. I've been doing it quite a while, and I've got, you know, I know other people that are doing it, that are good at doing it, and you know, kind of say the same thing. I think unless you're going to employ a load of people, you're going to be tied to a workshop that's costing you a lot of money, and you know, generally there's a limit as to what you can charge for this sort of stuff. But that's a whole nother topic. Yeah, the car will get finished, the channel will keep going, I will start another project, you know, it's just going to take some time, that's all. So yeah, if you want to help out with that, buy a t-shirt. Merchandise should be scrolling along underneath the screen. Buy a sticker, buy a hoodie, buy a t-shirt. That all helps. Just, you know, all that just goes into bits for the car, and you know, help paying the workshop rent and stuff like that. Thanks to everyone that's on my Patreon. That helps as well. I put that straight into the pot for covering the workshop rent. So that is much appreciated. But yeah, hopefully that clears a few things up for everyone, or anyone that was going to email me to point out the obvious. Yeah, I have a couple more videos up next week, which I've already filmed, just a couple of little jobs that I've done. So yeah, keep an eye out for those, but that's going to be it for this one. Cheers for watching. See you on the next one.